Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about adolescent idiopathic scoliosis. Let's get to it! Today I'm going to be talking about adolescent idiopathic scoliosis, or AIS, and the emotional, mental, and physical impact it has on adolescents who live with it. Beyond the visible curve, scoliosis affects body image, quality of life, confidence, and day-to-day functioning in ways that often go unnoticed. A powerful way to understand scoliosis is through what's called the scoliosis iceberg. Shared by a scoliosis advocate on Instagram, it shows the difference between what people think is scoliosis versus what patients actually feel. Hopefully, it is showing here on screen. Most people only notice the tip of the iceberg, uneven shoulders, a tilted waist, or clothes that don't sit right. But underneath the surface is everything we feel. Constant pain, limited range of motion, difficulty sitting or standing comfortably, fatigue, fear of progression, and the emotional strain of feeling different. Research consistently shows that adolescents with scoliosis are more likely to struggle with body image, self-esteem, mood disorders, and anxiety. Some studies report that 35 to 55% of teens with AIS feel self-conscious or unhappy with how they look. Another article from Inspire the Mind highlighted that representation matters. When companies like Mattel released their first doll with a removable back brace, shown here on screen, or when public figures proudly show their scoliosis scars, it sends a powerful message. You're not alone and your body is valid. Princess Eugenie and Martha Hunt showing off their scars at events. For many adolescents already juggling puberty, peer pressure, and changing identities, scoliosis adds a whole nother layer of emotional difficulty. Lack of representation and understanding can lead to isolation, but seeing scoliosis positively represented helps counter those negative feelings. Sometimes the emotional toll comes from comments that seem harmless. A popular scoliosis meme jokes about how someone without scoliosis complains about back pain, then instantly quiets down when the person with scoliosis shares what their pain is really like. While funny, it reflects a very real experience. Most people don't understand the severity of scoliosis pain or the constant discomfort many adolescents live with. Comments like these can make teens feel misunderstood or dismissed, which affects emotional well-being. When it comes to treatment, adolescents face difficult decisions, each carrying different emotional and physical outcomes. Bracing, for example, has long been assumed to harm self-image, but multiple studies, including large ones published in the Spine Journal, found no negative impact on body image or quality of life. Both girls and boys who wore braces performed no worse emotionally than teens who didn't. Other treatments can vary. Long-term scoliosis-specific exercises can increase emotional strain for some teens. Surgery can leave large scars that impact body confidence, something shown in the comic Titanium Girl, which depicts the realities of spinal fusion and the self-consciousness that can follow. But across studies, the key insight is this: AIS treatment affects much more than the spine. It affects identity, confidence, and daily functioning. Another piece of media, a Pinterest graphic, reminds us that scoliosis is not just a curve. It changes posture, mobility, strength, and sometimes what a person is physically able to do. This is why awareness matters. Without understanding the limitations of scoliosis, it's easy for others to minimize the condition, and that invalidation can deeply affect mental health. Several recent reviews emphasize that scoliosis research is still in its early stages, especially when it comes to body schema, how someone mentally perceives their body. This lack of research means many adolescents don't get the emotional support they need from their clinicians. For some patients, this leads to years of feeling dismissed. That's why it's so important for healthcare providers to see scoliosis not just as a curve, but as a condition with real psychological consequences. So, as a quick wrap-up, AIS is more than just a spinal curve. It shapes how adolescents move, how they see themselves, and how they experience the world. But with better research, wider representation, and growing understanding, we can help ensure that young people living with scoliosis feel supported, seen, and empowered, both physically and emotionally. Thanks for watching.